Greetings everyone. Today is Tuesday, May 6th, 2014. I'm making this video for those of you who in the very near future are going to be left behind, as well as those of you who are new to my channel. My channel and my videos are based on verses out of the Bible that talk about signs in the heavens. These signs cannot be made up, they cannot be changed. All I can do is show them to you. In this video, I want to focus on 3 of the signs that are mentioned in the New Testament. The New Testament was written almost 2,000 years ago. However, Johannes Kepler did not come up with his study on planetary motion until 400 years ago. This shows us that whoever gave this information to the apostles John and Matthew didn't just know the future, but they knew signs in the future. These 3 signs that we're going to look at all happen during the day. The sun is out. The only way we could find these signs is with an astronomy program where we can turn off the atmosphere to be able to see the signs. This has only become possible in the last few years. The first sign we're going to look at is in Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven. Now, wonder here is semeion. It means a sign. Many of the Bible versions say, and there appeared a great sign in heaven. The next verse is verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, or another sign in heaven. The final verse we're going to look at is Matthew chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. This is my timeline. If you're new here, don't freak out. This is a lot of information, but we're just going to focus on this sign, Revelation 12, 1 and 2, this sign, Revelation 12, 3 to 5 actually, and this sign, which is Matthew 24, 30. Now there is one more sign that is talked about in the heaven. That is this one, Revelation 15:1. We're not going to focus on this right now. We're just going to focus on the ones that are easily visible when you read the verses and how they match up with the signs. In both of these first signs out of the book of Revelation, it talks about a woman. Now you know her as Virgo today, but the Bible calls her the woman in both of these verses. Back to Revelation chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, and she being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. Here we are back at the sign. Here's the woman, clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, with the crown of 12 stars, travailing to give birth. Now the 12 stars are 3 of the wandering stars or planets, and Leo, the lion, has 9 stars in it. That makes 12. If what I'm showing you is too small on your screen and you cannot see this sign, I have made a video about this sign. It is what is Revelation 12. You can find it on my page. This video is less than 3 minutes long, and you can bring it up full screen to see the full sign. Now let's go back to the Revelation 12, 3 to 6 sign. In Revelation chapter 12, verses 3 and 4, part of this is just a description of the dragon so we can determine who he is. The last part is the sign that we see in the heavens. For instance, having 7 heads and 10 horns, 7 crowns upon his heads, his tail drawing a third part of the stars of heaven and casting them to the earth. This part of the sign we are looking for is, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. I show you in this video how the sun fulfills all those parts, but the sign we're looking for is right up here. Here's the fiery dragon, that's the sun, standing in front of the woman as she's about to give birth. Jupiter is 2 days from being outside the constellation at this point. Now don't let it confuse you that in this sign the sun plays the sun, and in this sign the sun plays the fiery dragon. The sun, the moon, and the stars portray different parts in different signs so that we can understand what the sign is telling us. Now let's go to the last sign, Matthew 24:30. Verse 30, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Now, in case you don't know, Jesus' sign is the cross. He's not known by any other sign. And I've got a bunch of them right here on this page. You see the cross on top of churches. You see it on top of gravestones. People wear it for jewelry. And I have found 3 crosses in the heavens. One at his birth, one just less than 7 years in our future, and one 1,000 years after this one. Each of these crosses tell a different story. For instance, you'll see Jupiter on this cross. Jupiter is known as the king planet. It is similar to Mercury, the messenger, or Mars, war. Now, Venus represents Jesus in the heavens. We know that because of Revelation chapter 22, verse 16. In verse 16 it says, I am the root and offspring of David and the bright and morning star. Venus is known as the bright and morning star. On this cross, we see King Jesus on the cross. On this cross, Jesus is at the foot of the cross. He was a baby. He had not been on the cross. On this cross, we see Jesus on the cross again. So in Matthew 24:30, where it says, and then they shall see the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, this is what it's talking about. It's talking about a cross. So let's review. Is this Revelation 12:1 and 2 great sign, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, a crown of 12 stars, travailing to give birth? Is this Revelation 12:4's fiery dragon standing in front of the woman as she's about to give birth? And is this Matthew 24:30's sign of the Son of Man with King Jesus on the cross? Now, if you believe what I've shown you in this video is true, I would invite you to watch this video next. In my Timeline 2 video, I talk about this timeline, I talk about the signs, and I talk about how my videos relate to those signs. The 3 signs that I have shown you in this video show us a few things. It shows us that God is real, it shows us that the Bible is His Word, and it shows us that there's a 7-year tribulation period that is getting ready to start. If you are watching this video, and sometime in the recent past, millions of people all over the face of the earth have disappeared, that was the rapture. It was not aliens. It was not a natural phenomenon. It's not a new weapon. It was a rapture. It was the rapture of the Church of Christ. So you now have a choice to make. Are you going to choose the free gift that God offers through faith in His Son, or are you going to choose the world? If you need help with that decision, I have a video at the top of my YouTube page called How Do I Get Saved?